of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, everyone. Happy long weekend. I'll call the meeting to order, looking for approval of the agenda with the addition of a liquor license for Angry Beaver, which is time sensitive.
Where are you putting that in the?
I was gonna go 8B. Do you have newspaper today, Mike?
Yep.
Okay. So looking for a motion to approve that with the addition of the.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes from 2 weeks ago, June 23rd.
So moved.
I'll second.
And one comment on that, Courtney. We have a motion and a second. I am going to stop down and sign. The verbiage was removed from the ambulance contract, so I'm going to stop and sign that today. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 1, approve quarterly annual sheriff's report. Good morning, Mr. Henry. Don't pull one of those mics down. Yeah.
Grab a mic.
What?
Grab a mic.
I'll stand up there. Are they on or you gotta turn it?
Yeah, hold it down for a second. There you gotta go.
Literally, there you go.
I'm gonna do the quarterly report first for the last quarter of the fiscal year, and then I'll do the yearly report. If that works out. Everybody got a copy?
Absolutely.
Okay, so for the last quarter of the fiscal year 24-25, we took in a total of $171,348.57. Then after payments were made to the state, we ended up with a total of $169,511.89, which $155,000 of that was room and board for the jail. Any questions about that?
Nice work.
And for the year, for the fiscal year, we ended up taking in a total receipts. It doesn't have disbursements, but $625,414.49. So with interest, shows what it comes up to. So decent revenue.
More than projected.
Yep.
Yeah, 625 was for the year.
Yeah. For fiscal year.
Yep.
Did we go with, Courtney, do you remember what was budgeted for fiscal year last year? I was gonna look it up, but I know that's over what was budgeted.
500 maybe.
I'm thinking we went with 460 was in my head.
But for the next year, I think we had 600.
We wanted to go to 600. I'm not sure that we got there, but anyway, yeah, those are good numbers.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, remember
Huh?
performance goals.
There you go.
Other than that, just looking to get, I sent everybody an email. We did hire Joseph Kenneback as our new deputy.
Yes.
He's certified. He lives here in Carroll, on the south side of town. And he's been a Manning police officer, I think, for about the last 5 or 6 years. And he does work part-time for us, or did. So he was able to pretty much hit the ground running. So
Thank you for reserving 1411.
For you.
Yes.
We'll keep that plate.
Okay.
Here.
One question, coming up in payables, the vehicle.
Yes.
When's delivery expected on that? Cause I think we cut you the check was the agreement and then
Yeah.
you were gonna hang on to it until, is it coming up soon or months
I
out?
would have thought it would have been done last week.
Okay.
Contacted Carroll's and emailed.
They have it, they're just outfitting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent her an email Friday and haven't heard back yet, so I would think it would be done this year because they wanted our old vehicle that we're trading in to be stripped a couple of weeks ago, so I would think they gotta be getting close to being done.
Which one are you getting rid of?
Sadie's Durango,
Okay. 14.5.
so.
Okay, anybody have any more questions?
I
on
do
quarterly
appreciate-
Or yearly?
I do appreciate the emails in advance of telling us some things that are happening. Cause that's better than always us finding out from the public and making us look like fools.
I don't want to get pulled over on your way up here to a board meeting by a deputy you don't know, chief.
No, that's not the situation. But I just like seeing told stuff that
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, thank you
And-
for those.
Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget. It depends on what's going on. But I do try. So,
Okay. No, thank
any other
you.
questions for me at all?
No, looks good.
I will be contacting you later today and sending you an invite for next Monday morning.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, you shoot you.
Item number 2.
Need a motion to approve the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
make a
Do
motion
we
to-
need to do 2 motions, one for quarterly, one for annual?
No, you can just make the motion and just state it's for quarterly and annual.
I'll make a motion to approve the quarterly and annual sheriff's report. I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept the quarterly and annual sheriff's report. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, appropriation resolution. Courtney,
This
think-
resolution allows us to start spending money for the new fiscal year. We historically have appropriated 85% at this time, and then we usually do the remainder in December or January.
I will make a motion to approve the appropriations resolution.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Anderson?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
McCray?
Yes.
A motion carries.
Thank you, Courtney. Item number 3, approve fiscal year 26 salaries. It looks like every department head has mailed you.
No, this is the list of salaries that he published.
That's coming up. Down to number 6, Gene. Yeah, I think this is just the one.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, this is the one where,
Excuse me, I'm wrong.
say that twice. Say it again.
Mark that down once.
Is your microphone on? Good.
Yes, it was.
So, looking for approval of the fiscal year 26 salaries. I'll make a motion to approve. Thank you, Mark. We have a
I will
motion
second that.
and we have a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, homestead and military applications. So these are, Courtney provided us a list. And Courtney, is there a bunch of new ones or did a bunch drop off or?
Okay, so the list comes from the assessor's office. They
Okay.
maintain the credits. So you have the new homesteads and then the disallowed. And then you'll have new military disallowed. And then you have new disabled vet exemption and then disallowed, so. So you
Oh,
can see, I mean, there's several new ones and obviously several disallowed ones.
Yep.
Pretty standard every year. This is about the same.
I looked through the list. I didn't see anything outstanding on it, so I would make a motion to approve the homestead and military applications. Because you want them separate to disabilities, right?
Yeah, for some reason we do it separate.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
The credits are maintained and handled in the assessor's office.
assessor's
office?
Okay.
So is there a second, Gene?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the homestead and military applications. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, disabled veterans homestead tax credit applications. And we have a list of those also. And we have the new list. Like there's about close to 20.
25.
Everybody look at those and is there any questions or a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the disabled veterans homestead tax credit applications. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Gene, would you like to do number 6?
Oh, yeah.
Approve payroll fiscal or year 25 payroll for publication,
And these are based on our W-2 forms, right?
That'd be their gross salaries for fiscal.
including overtime and this is a state law requirement. that
We are
publish
required
them?
to publish salaries once a year. I usually do it on the fiscal year.
So we're looking for a motion to approve publication for fiscal year 25 salaries.
I'll make a motion to approve the.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second to allow for publication. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approved payables. I see it looks like $147,612.21. We just talked to the sheriff, 73,185 was for a new vehicle he's got coming that he's hanging on to the check, but the check has been cut. And these are ones, Courtney, I was gone last week, but that came in other than the Wellmark that basically came in. That are for last fiscal year, that were paid out of last fiscal year.
Yeah, so these are all fiscal 25 expenses. Like I said in the last meeting, we did have our final bill day, but the conservation one in particular was a grant.
Yep.
And they received the grant in fiscal 25. We did a budget amendment to pay for this, so it makes more sense to take care of it in fiscal 25. Same way with the grave maintenance for the VA. Her budget's not huge, so it's nice to get expenses that are for that year. And as far as the jail goes, if we didn't cut the check, it probably would have been have to do a budget amendment because the vehicle was supposed to be purchased in fiscal 25 and he didn't budget for this vehicle next year. So it makes sense to do these. Like you said, we are holding the checks per your guys' approval. The other one is for an assessor expense. And of course, the weekly Wellmark payment. So
Yep. So looking for a motion to approve $147,612.21.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, appoint Region 12 Regional Housing Authority Board of Director. We have a letter. Amber Case Bear is currently doing it, and she's willing to continue her new term, which would be effective October 1, 2025 through September 30, 2026.
So this is just to renew her term, right?
Basically, yes.
I see no trouble and I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Amber Case Beer for Region 12 Housing Authority Board of Director. Any more discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. 8B, we added a liquor license for Angry Beaver in Maple River. I'll make a motion to approve liquor license.
Second.
Okay.
Sneezing.
We have a motion and a second for Angry Beaver liquor license renewal. All in favor? Say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Manure management updates. Ryan Shilley, finisher, section 6, Nice Township, no changes. Clayburg site, section 31, Union Township, no changes. RVM finisher, section 25, Washington Township, used manure analysis. Wheatland finisher farm, section 15, Wheatland Township, annual update. Ranch Creek, section 25, Sheridan Township, annual update. Item number 10 is committee reports.
I can go. We had a space week there, but on Wednesday, June 25th, we had our opioid kickoff meeting. We got a lot of great members and a very diverse team put together. And we just start taking applications on the 25th. Maggie Pauley is doing a great job with this. It's she's really more or less spearheading this whole thing, keeping it going, and it's doing a nice job. On the third,
You got good attendance too from
we had
every department.
Yeah, we did every
Yep.
department there. So it's very good. Like I said, the team is very diverse and should be a very good helpful. Now, if we can find anybody that needs these funds or going to utilize these funds, would be great. On the 26th, I talked with Nathan Coons. We set up an interview for Carroll Broadcasting to kind of scope out the opioid team. And then on Monday, June 30th, Maggie and I sat down with Nathan and did an interview on the opioid team, so hopefully get some exposure, what we're seeing out there. On Monday, June 3rd, I had a Carroll area childcare meeting. Tuesday, July 1st, I sat down with Rick Hunsaker of Region 12. He went over how their system works. Very, very informative meeting. I think we sat there for a good 2 hours learning all about.
Get
Region
about
12.
5-inch thick
Oh,
notebook.
absolutely. Like bigger than that. It's about that big. Very, very good. And then last Tuesday, I rode with Zach and I went out and looked at a ditch that a constituent had called me about on Monday. Very well, Zach's kind of taking care of that and seeing if we can help him out. This week, tomorrow, we've got a conference board meeting. And then on Thursday, we've got our Region 12 Policy Council meeting. That's all I have going on for this week.
I can go next. On Tuesday, the 23rd. Had executive board meeting for CCGP. And then on the 26th, I had new opportunities board meeting. We spent some time.
23rd was a Monday.
Yeah, this has been weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was a special board meeting
Okay.
on that. But anyway, then the 26th had new opportunities board meeting. We spent some time. Basically, looks like we could have some issues going on with the new bill that was passed by the federals, LIHEAP and particularly CSBG are going to be maybe have some consequences, which will affect a lot of the people in needs in this area and put more stress on other local government entities to help cover that stuff. So we did talk about that quite a bit. We approved the financials. We did approve budget amendments for the community service block grant. We did approve the family development and self-sufficiency program contract, and then the rest was all basically follow up on stuff. Then I did have discussions with Zach in regard to some issues, and then also in regard to some complaints that I've heard on 141 down there. And it's more a state issue about trying to figure out who to contact, and he was going to contact them for. The other thing I did was I spent some time after Scott's direction to get our county attorney on the opioid portal. John was on that opioid portal for the opioid settlement. And I'm still showing as a contact because I think I was a chairman when that happened.
Yep.
So I had to send him an email to get him on that opioid portal, and that's done. Spent some time talking to Al Brinks in regard to the Mount Carmel mowing of the sewer up there, and I visited with Mike a little bit on that. So we'll probably look at raising that a little bit. He wants to raise the mowing on it a little bit. So this week I have Tuesday's conference board, I will not be there. And then Thursday I CCGP executive board, and I will be after Thursday afternoon. I will probably out of town for the rest of the week.
I forgot one thing I forgot to add about the opioid team is that Dalton set up a nice little page on our website that goes, that's for you, we can apply for it and see what all there is to take to apply, and a lot of good information on there. So thanks, Dalton.
I can go, so going back 2 weeks, June 23rd, Monday, Carroll City Council meeting. Tuesday, I contacted each board member about closed session meeting coming up next Monday. Wednesday, I did talk to county attorney about the opioid dollars, and which Gene ended up signing, and closed session also. Thursday, talked to Sarah about open meeting laws when we have our conference board meeting tomorrow. A little bit different. Evidently, we're not supposed to go into our own little groups. Everybody has to speak publicly, which I think.
And I just visited with her. She will be recording each individual's vote too.
Yeah. We used to go off in caucus. The school boards would go one place, mayors go another, but evidently that all needs to be done in open session, which is totally fine. Last week I was out of town, family vacation. Today I'm going to go sign the new ambulance roof contract. I'm going to go through the courthouse payables, go out to secondary roads, look at their payables. And I've got a scheduled meeting for us for next Monday. Tomorrow at noon is conference board meeting. Thursday, I'll be with Mark at Region 12. policy council meeting. And Friday is chamber coffee at Carroll National.
June 30th, I did not make it to, I was gone, but the conservation had a meeting for their, only thing on their agenda was the renew the agreement with DNR for management of, second, let me pull this up.
Oh, how it's a state park, but managed.
Yeah,
by the
review and
county.
approve the DNR management agreement. So, last week, I did field 2 calls, one about Maple River Roads, when our secondary roads was fixing some patching there, and a person in Glidden. And I have our newspaper and radio day, and that's it for this week. Thank you.
Courtney, anything for next week on the agenda so far?
It'll be a bill day. And then we're a closed session, I thought like at 8:30 before the board meeting. And I know Zach had some information he wanted to share with you on the courthouse road.
So any questions from those in attendance? Zach, go ahead. I saw I just got an email from you.
Yeah, I got you, Mark, I got you, so I think I got sent to the rest of you guys. Nothing particular, I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in more than anything, there's been a Freddie with Forster Roofing. That's the company that did our courthouse roof. They must be under warranty where they come out and inspect the roof a year later, a year plus later, just to see how everything's looking and all that. He did come last week and do that. In that email, it shows a bunch of pictures that he was not happy with on the roof. So their crew will be here this week sometime to go up there, fix all of that, possibly patch any area, get it back to how it should be, any areas he didn't like. And then said he also has a punch list of stuff that they're just gonna check over and look over just to make sure everything's up.
So is that something they did with the jail also when they did the jail roof then?
Sure.
Because
I
what
wasn't-
is 90 linear feet of parapet wall have come slightly loose? Is that the capping?
That's.
there's pictures in here.
Yeah, there's pictures, there's a couple where it raises and goes down a little bit, you can kind of see where it's starting to wrinkle up a little bit.
This is all under warranty, correct?
All under one.
How long is the warranty on that roof?
All like this, I'm not sure. That's something I can email him and said it. I know like. Say a hole pops up and they gotta come fix that, and I think that's like 20 years, maybe 25 or something.
Okay.
I can get some more number. I have it somewhere, I just don't.
Is that a bladder with just, was it got rock on it or just a bladder roof?
Just black. So, right, yep.
So this is the same people did the jail when they built that did the courthouse. And we were gonna go with them to do the awning out front, but we stayed local and did Brinks to do all 3. But that's nice follow-up on their part as far as the,
Because
yeah.
I can't take any credit.
That's why I asked if it was under warranty
They
or
reached
not.
out to me, they got in touch with me.
Yeah, that's
Up to the road.
that's customer service like, yeah, we're not used to.
Yes, Tony Bain was very strong recommendation on these guys for the small one too, because they do very good work, they do follow up, they do all that, so. Yeah, like I said, they'll be here this week, it'll be nothing, I just.
Awesome.
In case you guys came and saw people
Yeah.
working on something, I want you guys to know why. And what's going on.
You're not gonna close the front door down and cause confusion
Nope,
and
nope, none of that, nope,
Them pictures are very detailed too. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Carroll, super, yeah, he was awesome. I was gonna send an email back to them, asking for a little bit more information on the warranty timelines, how that works, and just to say. Your employee's doing a great job.
Yep,
kind of
yeah.
deal, you know, just-
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Any-
nothing out of the pocket, nothing like that, just it's all under warranty, but just. one of the
Thank you.
common pieces of stuff
Thank
that-
you very much.
Thanks,
What's
Zach.
going on?
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
See ya.
anybody
Thank you.
else have any comments? Zach?
Marcy.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.